I lent my sister my vacation house for the weekend because I trusted her. I really did. It was supposed to be a peaceful gesture, something nice she could enjoy since she had been stressing about work lately. I had no reason to believe anything would go wrong, but that trust was my first mistake. The house had been my little escape, a quiet spot by the lake where I'd go when I needed to breathe. It was clean, neat. Every corner felt like a piece of calm after years of hard work. I remember handing her the keys, smiling as I said, "Just keep it simple, take care of the place and enjoy." She nodded, hugged me, and promised she would. She promised. That weekend I didn't think much about it. I went about my day and didn't plan to check in. I wasn't even in town, but then something made me remember the cameras I'd installed a few months back for security. I didn't even mention them when she asked for the house because honestly I'd forgotten they were there. I never thought she'd do anything that would make me need to use them, but when Sunday evening came and I got a weird feeling in my gut, I opened the app and tapped on the live feed. At first I thought I'd clicked the wrong camera. The place looked nothing like my house. There were people everywhere, loud music shaking the walls, empty bottles rolling across the floor, balloons tangled in the ceiling fan. I froze, my chest went tight. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Then I saw her, my sister, in the middle of it all, laughing, dancing like she owned the place, my place. I sat there in silence, just watching. I wanted to yell, but I couldn't. I could only feel this deep sting inside me. I trusted her. I gave her something I loved, and she treated it like a playground. The next morning, when the last of the guests were gone, I checked the next few clips of footage. It got worse. Stains on the carpet, shattered glass by the window, even someone spray painting the back fence. I felt my jaw clench harder with every second. I called her. I didn't even plan what to say. I just hit call. She answered, sounding half asleep. I said, "You have one chance to fix this, one chance." She laughed. I heard her chuckle echo through the phone like it was some kind of joke. She said, "Oh, come on, you're overreacting. It's just a house." I went quiet. I didn't respond. I just hung up. That silence must have been louder than words because I wasn't angry anymore. I was cold. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I had everything I needed on camera, proof of every person who'd been there, proof of the damage, proof of her hosting it. I made a copy of the footage and called the police. It wasn't about revenge at first. It was about responsibility. She needed to learn she couldn't just walk over people and laugh about it. I told them the whole thing and they said they'd handle it. That night I sat in my car parked across from her place waiting, not because I wanted drama, but because I wanted to see her face when she realized this wasn't a game. It was quiet. Then 2 police cars pulled up in front of her house. She stepped out onto the porch, still in her slippers, still holding her phone. I could see the smirk fade. The confusion hit first, then panic. I saw her lips moving, probably trying to explain, but it didn't matter because they had the footage and they had my report. The officers didn't yell, they didn't even argue, they just did their job. She kept glancing around, maybe wondering if I was watching, and I was. I didn't feel joy, not exactly. It was more like relief. A weight I'd been carrying all weekend just slipped off my shoulders. Watching her realize that actions have consequences was the closure I didn't even know I needed. The next day she tried to call me a dozen times, texted me paragraphs of excuses and apologies, but I didn't answer. She needed to sit with it for a while. A week later she sent me a message saying she'd gone back to the house, cleaned everything, repainted, replaced what she couldn't, paid for the rest. She said she was sorry that she hadn't realized how much the place meant to me, but I knew it wasn't about the house. It was about respect, about trust, about how easily people can take advantage of kindness when they think you won't push back. I drove back to the vacation house a few days later. The smell of cleaning products hung in the air. The carpet was replaced, the furniture fixed, everything looked fine, but it felt different. The peace was gone for a while. The quiet didn't sound the same anymore, but standing there looking out at the lake, I realized something. I didn't lose anything. I took back control. I showed her that being family doesn't give anyone the right to disrespect you. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud, it's quiet, it's measured. It's the moment when the person who laughed at you finally realizes you weren't joking. When I saw those flashing lights outside her home, I didn't smile, I didn't gloat, I just knew justice had come knocking, literally. If you've ever had someone betray your trust, remember this: you can be kind, but don't be a doormat. Set boundaries, and if they cross them, let the consequences speak louder than your anger. If this story made you feel the tiny rush of satisfaction, then hit that like button and tell me in the comments what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that prove karma always finds its way.